Family, by 1995, America has spent more than a decade discovering that some choices can have consequences which are like wildly disproportionate to the moment in which they're made. The crack epidemic has devastated entire neighborhoods and communities. The illegal drug trade has created extraordinary violence. And AIDS has killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. With effective combination treatments that would dramatically change survival still just over the horizon at that time. I mean, these are not abstract subjects in 95. They're happening. And kind of look at what connects them. A young man doesn't enter the drug trade because he wants to die. A person doesn't enter a sexual encounter, intending to contract a fatal disease. People are pursuing things, that human beings have always pursued. Money, sex, excitement, belonging, pleasure. But America was watching in real time what happens when desire outruns foresight. And that's the world TLC walks into. Because, they address both the drug trade and AIDS explicitly, and TLC said they wanted to communicate those warnings without sounding like they were preaching. And that's the idea, right? How do you help the generation who loves you and admires you while not sounding like their parents? TLC did that successfully. Oh, without any further ado, please cook, ma'am. Ma'ams. Yeah. Let me turn that up. Now listen. Immediately, right? It sounds like two different vibes. First of all, there's for those of you who are psychonauts, there's a little psychedelic vibe there. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you could roll one to. Which is interesting because this song, the people who looked up to TLC, right? Some of them were peers, but a lot of them were younger, right? These were, the teens, the adolescents, right? And so they have music which kind of confronts their desires and their, the world being open. You know what I'm saying? Even the music has a psychological edge. Yeah, this sounds like the summer. You know what I'm saying? Guys, there's so many, including myself, these lines kind of tie my stomach in knots. My mother, rest in peace, she passed recently. It'll always be recent to me, even though this is years back now. But I was somebody who was like that. When she was there, she bailed me out of jail a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Not for anything crazy, but I was just stupid. I didn't pay attention. I didn't go to court dates. And she was there for me throughout all of that. And I didn't recognize how much that, that was hurting her and how much that those things costed her. She was a single mom. You know what I mean?
But he doesn't realize he hurts her so much. But all the praying just ain't helping at all. 'Cause he can't seem to keep himself out of trouble. So he goes out and he makes his money the best way he knows how. Another body laying cold in the gutter. Listen to me.
Ooh. Guys, I want to let you know, just because I'm bouncing to this, right? And the way that this song, the music forces you to want to listen to it again and again, right? It's so beautiful when you can put a real tool in the hands of a generation but they want to listen to it because of how good it sounds, right? It's almost like, putting, cheese on the broccoli. If this is what it takes to get you to eat your vegetables, it's a miracle, right? This song's still fire.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast.
Family, listen to the brilliance of that chorus. It doesn't tell you to do anything. As a matter of fact, it puts its hands up. I know that you're going to have it your way or nothing at all, right? This chorus acknowledges the autonomy of the person. And it says, please stick to the rivers and the lake. It comes off as advice from like an older sister, rather than, the condemnation of someone who thinks that they know it all, right? Of course, these young people are trying to figure out reality, trying to figure out the consequences, and, some people will heed the advice and others won't. But it is a very, very delicate and intentional chorus. I love it, and it sounds fire. I mean, you give it up to the accomplishment that this song is.
At all, but I think you're moving too fast. Little Precious has a natural obsession for temptation, but he just can't see. She gives him loving that his body can handle, but all he can say is, baby, it's good to me.
That line kind of hurts, right? It's like she gives him loving that his body can't handle. Ooh, that's a bar. Remember, these women are rappers. They have lines, right, that are, sometimes a little bit deeper than you may think. The loving that his body can't handle. At first sight, it just seems like, oh, it's so good. He can hardly but his body can't handle it, right? It's the kind of love that comes with a toxic consequence, right? He says, but all he can say is, baby, it's good to me. He's cognitively limited. He's not focused on the bigger picture, right?
He can say is, baby, it's good to me. One day he goes and takes a glimpse in the mirror, but he doesn't recognize his own face. His health is fading and he doesn't know why. 3 letters took him to his final resting place. You don't hear me.
See, and family, hear me out, right? It's like a story. Stories are beautiful things because they show you the truth instead of telling you. All right? It's like sometimes some people don't want to be told anything, but you can show them. Or it's like, how do you feel? What are the implications of that story to you? Take this home with you, right? And have a song that you can sing that just will fill your brain with subtle reminders.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Come on. I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace of not one God-given ray. Is it because my life is 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praise him for the 70.
Guys, will there ever be another Left Eye? I mean, of course the answer is no, but I'm not saying that in the shallow sense. I'm saying nobody raps like Left Eye, Right? She was so, unique. It's in a world full of rappers that are copying other rappers. And of course, Left Eye stood on the shoulders of other giants that came before her. But man, she was doing her own thing, and I appreciate that.
Because my life is 10 shades of gray. I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praise him for the 7 days. And like his promise is true, only my faith can undo the many chances I blew to bring my life to an end. Clear blue and unconditional skies have dried the tears from my eyes, no more lonely cries.
Hold on. Did you hear that she was saying thank God? Right? I've been in situations that I barely made it out of. I'm not somebody who has, who's above making mistakes, right? She's talking to, let's I'm gonna go back a couple bars. Please cook, Left Eye, please talk to them.
But too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace of not one God-given ray. Is it because my life is 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praise him for the 7 days. And like his promise is true, only my faith can undo the many chances I blew to bring my life to an end.
She said the many chances I blew to bring my life to a new. That's what I'm talking about. She's like, look, I've blown a lot of opportunities. I've gotten lucky, right? But a lot of people don't, right? You hear the delicacy in the lyrics, even with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is just known for being kind of out in the open, but she kind of etches and weaves delicacy in there because she knows who she's giving it to. She understands the audience. This song is fire on a lot of levels.
Clear blue and unconditional skies have dried the tears from my eyes, no more lonely cries. My only leading hope is for the folk who can't cope with such an enduring pain that it keeps them in the pouring rain. Who's to blame for two and gain into your own vein? What a shame, you shoot an aim for someone else's brain. You claim the insane and aim to stay in time for falling prey to crime. I say the system got you victim to your own mind. Dreams are hopeless aspirations and hopes are coming true. Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me and you. Go chasing waterfalls.
Fire.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast.
See, I think that the believe in yourself, because, Left Eye ended that rap with believe in yourself. The rest is up to me and you. Believe in yourself was a problem, right? That was the rationalist, kind of trope, the believe in yourself. And I think you should think for yourself. That's, but the people who believe in themselves the most are in the lunatic asylum, right? You can't argue with them at all. They have very small little closed loops. Shout out to G.K. Chesterton in the 3rd chapter of Orthodoxy. If anybody, if you wanted to check that out. Don't take believe in yourself too far. Guys, the last thing that I want to say is something that I already said, which is that one of the most brilliant lines in this song is, I know you're going to have it your way or nothing at all. That's an important part of that hook. It's saying like, look, you're the one with the autonomy. It's your life, right? And as someone who's willing to say that to you, unlike your parents, unlike, unlike the school that's telling you, it's like unlike Nancy Reagan, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to recognize and authenticate your autonomy and say, look, it's your way or nothing at all. I'm going to admit that from the jump, right? And that brings me to the level of the person I need to be to tell you, but I think you're moving too fast, right? Bars. Family, where are we going? Are we going with, where are we going with TLC? Is this the greatest song that TLC has to offer? I mean, we have not been down the R&B rabbit hole at all. Guys, let me know where we should go with this one. And thank you for being on this journey with me. Of course, do the liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Let's start a conversation in the comments. Join us in the Patreon for more. And until next time, family, stay balanced, please.